Hey, you guys, happy Friday, pretty women.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Wow, that was so good. We did that in unison without even practicing. We've got what? What states do we have in the house? Kristi, where are you from?
Georgia.
Georgia. Lejeune.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. Dianne.
Montreal, Canada. No state for me.
No, we love our
Province.
Yeah.
We love our northern friends. My guy is from Alberta, Edmonton.
Yeah.
So, so good. All right. What are we talking about? This is the fourfold formula. It is for all things wellness. All right. We're writing a book, and I'm happy to say we're almost closed. I think I meet with some beautiful women tomorrow that are going to join us. What does close mean?
Cool.
30 authors, 7 media partners, and Dr. Markus Wettstein and myself. So we have 39 individuals involved. It has been beautiful. Crazy.
Banana.
So what's the book all about? We have 4 quadrants: heart, spirit, mind, and body. It's kind of based off my business, which is an all things wellness wheel. There's 24 spokes, so there isn't a spot in this book we cannot find for all of our authors to have their authentic and true stories sit. And I have with me tonight, this is a story teaser, I have with me tonight 3 of the contributing authors, and we thought we would just read a little bit of our story to tease you guys. And I thought that, I might start just because I can, and it'll be good. All right, so just to explain to you guys what we do, these stories are 2,000 words-ish or less, right? Right around 2,000. Dr. Markus and I, we edit all of them. We read them. They're beautiful. We cry sometimes. We get mad sometimes. And we are also writing our own stories. So let me just give you a glimpse into one of mine. Okay. We are all addicted to something, such as alcohol, drugs, gambling, work, social media, food, and the list goes on. Me, I love being manic. I get so much done. I can paint 4 rooms in a day. I can write a novel in a week. It feels like Christmas morning to me when I use a full box of Mr. Clean magic erasers, a bowl of bleach, and a toothbrush on the kitchen tile floors. Like any addiction, it only lasts so long before you crash and risk losing everything. In my early 30s, my physicians threw a ton of drugs at me and assigned me several mental health labels. I've had OCD, I've had attention deficit disorder, I've had depression, I've had anxiety, I've had bipolar, I've had hypomania, I've had insomnia, and I've had anorexia. See why I'm so tired? I never stayed on one medication long enough before I was being prescribed the newest one in the market. I also had a fair share of counselors. That's my tease.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm addicted to mania. So that's one of my stories in the book, and it sits in the spirit chapter under harmony, kind of the work-life balance, harmony piece of it, because I had to learn, which all the readers will see, how to kind of balance that. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
See, it's so much better than like we're in school where nobody said anything. Kristi, go ahead. Read us a little bit of your story.
Well, I became a medical technologist and microbiologist because I didn't want to end up in the hospital. And I wanted to learn why people fall ill and how they run ill. The doctor route didn't appeal to me as they want chemical intervention and surgery, and I didn't want that. And learning about antigen and antibody reactions for systemic testing and stuff like that, I learned that food has lectins, and I said, well, I can listen to this because I learned about it, so I can believe it. And as I worked through my best foods during perimenopause, the worst. As I worked through my best foods, I encountered digestive issues, pain, and energy loss. Of course, I never had energy. I was never manic like you. I couldn't get up out of bed as a child even. So as I aged, I worked to find foods that would keep me awake all day long. Okay. And I found that we all need to keep our methylating cycles running. Now that's confusing, I know. But we all have cycles that keep our body running. And I had to feed mine because that's the only thing that gave me energy, helped me digest, and not hurt. So I helped my 80-year-old friend lose 115 pounds. She didn't believe this, and she sleeps now 7 to 8 hours instead of 5 to 6. So my goal is to help people feel better at any age. And I know people can do this because I have the answers, the system, and the tools to help you get there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good personal true stories. My Persephone, like it's just like that is a song that's like Beyonce, you know, like
Oh, God.
Persephone. You know what I mean? It's like a singer. It's like Pink. It's like Persephone.
That's a big word.
I just love it. Will you read us a little blip of your?
Sure thing, a little blip. Yes, sure. Over the next 2 months, it became clear that the proposed separation would not end in reconciliation. I suggested to my spouse that we meet with a pastor or counselor to figure out next steps, but he wasn't open to that approach. I just felt like I was waiting in limbo. Based on his actions or lack thereof, it appeared that he had already made up his mind. Inevitably, although he always said divorce is not in our vocabulary, the writing was on the wall. So on November 3rd, 2020, when everyone was going to the polls, my spouse chose to vote himself out of our marriage. Honestly, it came as a relief, and all I could do was say, thank you. The emotional pressure that had been building was beginning to slowly escape, and I would no longer have to walk on eggshells wondering what would come next. It wasn't something to be happy about, but I felt like I had been holding my breath, and now I could breathe again.
Wow.
Yes.
Mm,
It's gonna
Yeah.
help a lot of people. It's gonna
Yeah.
help a lot of people connect to you and reach out, and you know that's part of what this is all about. What you know, and as a coach for all these gazillion and a half years, I mean, we know that we like to hang out in our like-minded tribes because we have a connection and we feel a connection. But I keep saying every time I talk about this book, I wasn't prepared for how beautiful and sensitive, and when we peeled back the onions of all your guys' stories of how many people we're really going to affect that are going to connect, you know, whether it's an eating disorder or a divorce or a medical condition. You guys, we have a gentleman coming up that in the hardcore trying to deal with massive anger issues, and he is coming out with his story. And so, yeah, people are going to connect, change lives. And Dianne, our girl from Montreal.
Okay. In the 1960s, we are well aware of the stigma that clouded society's judgment of those women who were pregnant out of wedlock. Terrible stories exist about women being forced to go away until the babies were born, and then it was as if their lives had a reset button. They returned from wherever, no longer pregnant, and certainly without a baby attached to their hip as evidence of a shameful act. As time marched on, the tolerance or acceptance of teenage pregnancy evolved. Young girls began to have alternative options to consider other than having their babies removed from them immediately after delivery and being left in a state of fear and shame. Social workers and various other professionals started to play a role in postpartum care, giving pregnant girls the opportunity to make their own decisions about whether to keep their babies or place them for adoption. During my high school years, I saw a combination of both situations, and these situations really hit close to home. It was as if I could literally see my biological mother.
Okay, got you.
Allowing me the possibility to understand the hurdles she had to endure leading up to my birth. I felt such gratitude for landing in my forever family and all the opportunities created for me thanks to adoption. I grew up in a home where adoption was seen as favorable and teenagers keeping their babies was frowned upon. This is entirely an opinion based on our family's life experience. And so the argument has many elements for debate, both positives and negatives, but I'm here to talk about the positives.
Awesome. That's
Oh, honey,
amazing.
good. See, it's cathartic as hell to go through something like this. It's like, even with my eating disorder, I got to the place where it's like, it almost feels like you're disconnected to the story. You stand up and you're like, hi, this is my problem. This is what I did. How can I help you? And then when you write your story from the places that we are, it is an unexpected, just when you're reading it and you're raw, it's not rehearsed. And it's much
So true.
different. It's much different than going, I've got a speech at 7 o'clock and I'm going to go out and talk about adoption. I hear you. And, my mother was 16 years old when she had me. So when I read your story, I just resonated so much. I mean, obviously with Kristi's story, you're going to see that I had some medical stuff too, resonated with her story. Lejeune, been there, done that a couple times,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I married forever. You never get married, in my personal opinion, to go, oh, hey, can't wait till this breaks up. You do marry forever. And so I resonated with you guys. I hope our listeners right now feel connected just with this teaser. We've been doing this with our authors. The book is going to come out mid-summer, end of June, early July. Again, it's very chicken soup soul type book. You'll be able to lay in the bathtub and read a story or two. Don't drop it unless you want more. Hey, but it's a great gift. You can read it in the doctor's office. It's not a novel. I know for me, I just don't have the energy at the end of the day to read a novel anymore. I'm just like 9 pages in. The next night, I'm like, same 9 pages because I can't remember what I read.
Yeah.
So I thank you so much, ladies. And Markus, Dr. Markus, and I feel so sincerely blessed, honestly, to tears that you guys have let us hold these stories. And we will meet again. So
it's so
Thank
great to be a
you.
part of this. Thank you.
It is.
Thank
It
you so
is.
much.
This is going to be an amazing experience.
It is, and we're all one big happy family. I have goosebumps on my legs, so that's say it so. All right, you
And
guys.
can I say, Peggy,
Okay.
that butterfly looks like a little angel on your shoulder the entire time. I love it.
Yeah! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, you guys have a happy weekend, and we
Okay.
will see you guys all soon.
All right,
All
take
right.
care.
Thanks.
Bye.